Good morning and welcome to the Fife Property Market Update, and it's the first one for March, can you believe it, into a new month. So this week we will be doing the update for the 23rd to the 1st, but then because we're into a new month, we're then going to take a look at the February statistics so you can see what was happening in the whole month right across Fife with all agencies. So it'll give you a great insight into the Fife property market, and especially as we go closer to the spring summer months, to give you an insight. We're then going to discuss what we as an agency were doing last week, and then we'll round off with the shows that have taken place so you know what you want to go back and potentially re-watch. As I always say, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you would prefer something to be a bit more private, feel free to message as well. Likewise, you can pick up the phone and give us a wee call in the office and we'll be more than happy to chat with you. But let's start with the statistics. So we're going to start with the 23rd to the 1st, just to give you an insight into what was happening last week. So straight away you can see 136 properties were instructed and there was 139 properties sold. So more properties sold than what came to market, which is great to see, and it's something we're going to continue to see as we go into the spring summer months. But also if you are looking to sell your property, and I've been saying this for weeks, probably months now, so apologies if you watch this show regularly and you know what I'm going to say, but if you are considering selling, do not wait until the summer months. That is when there's going to be a lot more competition. There's going to be a lot more properties going to market. So your property is going to be there and hitting the market when everybody else is. So there's going to be so much more competition. When there tends to be more competition, that's when you tend to take less of your property, because if somebody misses out on yours, they just move their offer on to the next one. But when there's less stock on the market, then it creates more of an urgency. It creates more, obviously, kind of panic, and people put their best foot forward because they don't want to miss out, because there tends to be less availability of stock in these months. If you want to discuss that further, if you have any questions on that, please feel free to put them in the comments, or as I say, my private message, and we can come back to you. But there was, as I say, 136 versus 139. Now, when you look through the micro regions, it'll show you which areas are performing maybe more than others. Cooper 9 versus 7, which is strong numbers for Cooper, nothing unusual there. East Neuk 6 instructed and 8 properties sold. That's slightly higher than we have been seeing the last couple of weeks. So it's great to see there's obviously been a slight shift, and there is stock selling with in the East Neuk. St Andrews, that's 3 weeks now in a row that there's been a really high number of properties going to market. There's been 17 the week previous, there was 14 the week prior to that, there was either 17 or 19 off the top of my head. So this is the 3rd week in a row that there's been a big increase in properties going to market. So there's something in the water within St Andrews. There was already a lot of stock sitting in St Andrews anyway. There was about 5 to 6 month of stock from what's selling on average each week in St Andrews to what was on the market. You're looking about 5 to 6 months to sell, but that was before we've had this 3 weeks of such a high increase of properties going to market. So hopefully it doesn't have any more of an impact, but there is a lot of stock in St Andrews just now. Leavenmouth 12 versus 9, slightly higher numbers for Leavenmouth than we normally see, especially with the 12 instructed. It's normally around 9 or 10, so slightly more in Leavenmouth. 9 properties selling, and then the rest of the region, so your Dunfermline, Glenrothes, Sutton and Coddy, they always are slightly higher numbers than the other areas, just with the commuting links that are obviously available, especially in Dunfermline. Slightly higher numbers, but not as high as last week. They certainly were higher last week, but Dunfermline is a prominent area for people if they have that need to be in the cities for the commuting to Edinburgh, Glasgow. But obviously the price point is higher in St Andrews, but they can come this side of the bridge, get more property for less money, and just easily commute. So it is always going to be a desirable area. Just remember that these statistics are just your core market. So these are resale homes only. This is not taking into account the new builds that sold, but we will discuss those in just a wee second. But that gives you a run through of what was taking place last week within Fife, and that's all agencies that use Rightmove, and that's where these statistics are taken from. Then if we look at the month of February, which is crazy that we're doing this. I feel like I only just did the January update and now I'm doing the February update. This year is certainly flying in. But the February one, so let's have a wee look and pull that up for you to see. That should have changed. There we go. Perfect. So straight away you can see that there was 563 properties brought to market versus 524 properties sold. So as I say, we had 3 weeks of St Andrews having a big increase and a change of what has gone to market. So that certainly taken into account, because these figures are certainly higher than they were in January. I will do a reminder of the January ones in just, I don't want to kind of overcomplicate and have loads of numbers buzzing about in your head. But there is the Cooper area, so 31 versus 34. So that is obviously strong numbers and not much there in between it. Again, for East Neuk as well, 23 versus 24. Which is a lot higher than we had in January, because in January there was only 15 versus 14, but this month there was 23 versus 24. So it's great to see the kind of mirroring up, and there's not much in between it. Yes, more stocks coming to market, but likewise the properties are selling. Same for Cooper as well. So they really are holding their own, which is great to see. St Andrews, as I say, had a big influx 3 weeks in a row that there's been double digits of properties hitting the market, and we can see that 55 instructed versus only 28 properties sold. When you take into account January, there was 22 properties sold. So actually only 6 additional properties have sold since last month. However, 55 hit the market versus only 27 last month. So in January, there was 27 properties that hit the market, but this month there was 55. So it does just show you the impact that has had, and especially then on the monthly statistics and how that has changed, because previously we've been saying there's more properties selling than what's coming to market. But obviously that's kind of skewed with things a wee bit in St Andrews. Leavenmouth, 45 versus 39. So strong numbers again, not much in it. But 45 and 39 is more than the previous month for both instructed and sold, which is great to see. Leavenmouth is a really strong area just now. It's an absolute seller's market with obviously the investment. Granted, obviously you'd be thinking, what, still that was done in obviously June, July of last year, but absolutely, because the potential and obviously the investment that went into the area, the potential that has given to people and more flexibility in where they can base themselves is having a massive impact on the KY postcode, and we can see that week on, week out with the figures that come through. Dunfermline, really high numbers with your 212 versus your 231, which is a lot higher than January as well, because in January it was only 169 versus 173. We've then had a big jump, obviously, with now hitting the 2 numbers. But Dunfermline is almost in a complete different market in itself. A wee bit like St Andrews, but on the obviously other end of the spectrum, whereas it's a lot higher numbers. Glenrothes, 76 versus 68. So again, not that much in it. Strong numbers, but again, more than last month. And then Kirkcaldy, 121 versus 100. So that is the figures. Now, as I say, that is just the core market. So that's resale homes only. Now, to give you an idea into the new builds that have taken place. So last week, there was only 1 sold in St Andrews and 1 sold in Dunfermline, and that was it, which is quite low for the new builds. When we take into account the February statistics for new build sales, there was 4 in the whole month of St Andrews. There was only 4 new builds sold, which is quite low. But Dunfermline had 20, which is high numbers. But when you take into account higher numbers sold and instructed in Dunfermline as resale, and then adding on those 20 new builds as well, that is a really strong market in Dunfermline, and it continues to be. If you do have any questions on that, as I say, feel free to put them in the comments or give us a wee message and we will come back to you. But that was the February statistics. So 563 properties went to market, 524 properties sold, versus your previous month in January of 513 coming to market and 411 selling. So 413 versus 411. So you can continue to see now, as we do get to the spring, summer months, there is going to be a lot more properties coming to market. So if you're looking to sell, then now is the time to go, because you want to get there before the mad rush and where everybody's waiting. You want to go now, because these numbers are only going to get higher, which then obviously makes less buyers obviously available for your property, because they have so much more choice, and that's when you do tend to get less. So please just bear that in mind. If you do want to discuss that further, as I say, we're more than happy to do that with you. If you still need a valuation on your property, if you think I'm not ready to go to market now, get us out. We can obviously start the process with you. Let us start with an accurate valuation. We can discuss your specific area and what's obviously being achieved and what we're doing as an agency. We'll then discuss next steps with you and what your property journey looks like and what we're going to do to help to get you moved on in your journey. It's your dedicated time when you've got an expert sitting in front of you to ask all those questions and understand the process of selling and buying if you're a buyer as well. But let us give you that dedicated time to obviously discuss the next steps so we can get you on the market. Because yes, you might be thinking, but I'm not ready yet. Let us come out and start that process. As soon as you've obviously taken that first step, couple of weeks, and obviously we will be ready to get you accepting offers. So that is the statistics, what was happening across Fife last week and for February. But now we're going to do a run through of what we were doing as an agency. So it'll give you an insight in the activity that we've been having. And this is a mix of properties we have sold and also properties that we have accepted properties we've accepted offers on. Apologies, I don't know if there was a wee glitch then. My screen just went dark, so apologies. What we've accepted offers on and what we have coming soon. So we're going to discuss that. So properties that we have sold, we're going to start with the first one. Let me get the right piece of paper and get that up for you. Let me just bear with me because it looks like we're having a few technical issues. So let me just make a wee change and see if that's worked. So the first one we're going to start with, just while I pull it up, is in Lower Largo. Now this one is a property that we have had on the market slightly longer than your average selling time, but it's great to see obviously an offer accepted on it now, and there we go, that property there. Donaldson Court, Lower Largo. Apologies about that. As I say, we technical issues. But Donaldson Court, Lower Largo, it's great to see that that is over the line. The seller's obviously delighted that they can obviously move on in their journey, and the buyer equally is as delighted because they are moving to the area, not from Fife, and moving actually from way down south. So a complete change of scenery, different lifestyle, and obviously brilliant location, just obviously a stone's throw, and you are down to the beach, to the Fife coastal path. So everything on the doorstep, really quiet cul-de-sac as well, which is great. And obviously you can see they're getting it's a 5-bedroom detached property. So it's a big property, driveway, garage, garden to obviously the front and the rear. So brilliant property. And this one was on for offers over 325,000. Now, like I always say, I can't disclose the offers that we have accepted on them, just because they are going through the conveyancing side and missives side. So they are obviously not to be disclosed as of yet, but you just need to keep watching the shows and keeping a lookout so you know what we achieved for this property. But it's great to see that one over the line. Then the next one, now this one you may be thinking you've only just really seen the pre-portal and heard me speaking about it, and you're absolutely right. This is Pickford Crescent. Now this one was a popular property, and it was absolutely immaculate, so you can understand why it was a popular one. If you do get a chance, I would certainly go back and have a look at the video or even look at some of the photography, because it's absolutely stunning inside. It was really popular at pre-portal, and actually that is where the buyer of this property came from. They saw it at pre-portal, and they obviously jumped on it. So it does just show you that our marketing strategy does absolutely work, and I'm going to discuss that in a wee bit more detail in a second, just in case you're not too sure what a pre-portal is. But this one, basically, the buyer came from social media, saw the property on social media, made an offer. Obviously, I can't disclose what it was, but it's a significant number over the home report value, so we are absolutely delighted. Sold in a week, and obviously the buyer is delighted with their new home, but also the seller likewise is just as delighted, because it's been obviously hassle-free, nice and easy, sold within a week, and we've got them an offer that they're delighted with. So that one has been a brilliant result. So if you have a property like this one in Pickford Crescent or surrounding area within Dyke and Strother within the East Neuk, and you want to get your property sold in obviously a similar time frame and for a great result as well, pick up the phone, let us discuss with you what your property journey looked like, what your valuation is, because there was people that have missed out on this property, and it was absolutely stunning. So if you are a wee bit of a nosy person, or if you like your interior design, or you just are curious about properties, certainly go back and look at this one because it is stunning. It was a 3-bedroom, semi-detached. It had been extended. So you looking at this, you don't realise how much there is at the back of the property. It was completely extended, opened up, really high standard modern kitchen, bifold doors, Velux windows in the ceiling, really high vaulted ceiling, just stunning property. As I say, 3-bedroom semi-detached. It was on for offers over 310,000 and we achieved way over that. So absolutely delighted with that result, as is the buyer. So that one was great to get over the line. So that is what we sold. And then next we're going to discuss coming soons. So this is properties that the agents have been out to value and are coming to market. So a pre-portal then, for those that don't know, is a preview of the property. It's a complete video walkthrough, us showcasing the exterior of the property. Then we head inside, do a full walkthrough of the property. Then at the end, we discuss the location and exactly where you're situated, what your amenities are, and then we discuss the price point that the property is coming to market at. So this property isn't yet at Rightmove or Zoopla or US One Homes. It's not out to the wider audience. It's only out there at pre-portal to our social media channels. So you need to be following our Facebook pages. Depending on where you're looking to purchase a property in Fife, that's the page that you need to go and follow. So if you're looking for a property in East Neuk, follow that page. St Andrews, follow that page. Likewise across all the pages. And then look out for the pre-portal. You'll see it's clearly labeled pre-portal and you see the agent's face. We are right there in front of you, and then it's a complete video walkthrough. It's your opportunity that if you're in a position to proceed and you can make our seller an offer that they just cannot refuse, then that is your opportunity to get in there before anybody else, just like the buyer of Pickford Crescent. They saw it on social media. That is what we do differently. That is our unique selling point, and that is what our marketing strategy does. It gets property sold, it gets it seen, it puts it out there, and that is what we do differently. So if you are looking to sell, pick up the phone, message us privately, let us discuss what we will do to market your property. It's a tailored approach, but obviously the results speak for themselves. If you're looking to buy, likewise, make sure you are following the pages and look out for those pre-portals so that you can jump on a property when it comes up. When I say in a position to proceed, what that is basically a cash buyer. You are ready to make an offer. There's no chain involved. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, but I do have a property to sell, then that's okay. What steps have you taken to get yourself looking like a serious buyer? Have you even had your property valued? Are you on the market? What steps have you taken to get yourself obviously ready to offer on properties and get your offer accepted? If you want to discuss that further and what steps you can be taking, reach out to us and we're more than happy to chat with you. But yes, pre-portals. So next is the coming soon. So we've got properties coming for you in different areas and different price points, which is great, and different styles of property as well. So the first one we have is Cowley Street in Methil. Now I actually did the pre-portal for this on Friday, so it is already on our leaving page and it has been very popular. If you go and look at the shares and the likes, it has been a very, very popular one. And you'll see why when you watch the pre-portal, because it is stunning. So it's a mid-terrace cottage, 2 bedrooms. It offers 1 level living because there is one on the ground floor. And then adjacent is a shower room. You're getting 2 receptions. Then you get to head upstairs and there's a massive main bedroom that you could easily kind of develop further. There is, at the end of the room, is a kind of walk-in wardrobe, but you could also, if it was me, put a WC in there, and you could still then at the other side of the room still do kind of fitted wardrobes and storage, because it's the whole length of the property is your main bedroom upstairs, and it's got Velux windows that look over the rear. Gorgeous landscape garden. It's tiered, it's got decking, it's got a summer house. It is ready for the summer months, and it's not overlooked at the rear either, so it's in a prime position. So you can see why that the pre-portal has been inundated and shared and liked. It's been really popular because it's a stunning property. So do go back and watch that one. Another property that went live at pre-portal on Friday was Coldstream Avenue in Leven. You'll have seen Jim's pre-portal. Coldstream, desirable location, sought after area, walking distance obviously to the Glen, down to your amenities, down to the beach. But it's obviously it's desirable, hence why Jim even says in the pre-portal that's why he lives there himself and within that estate. Now this one is a 2-bedroom detached bungalow. What's great about this one is the positioning. So it's a south-facing garden, you're getting a detached garage, so ideal, and obviously bungalow, hens teeth. We all know these are sought after as well and hard to come by. So that one likewise was getting a lot of traction on Friday. So if it is something you're looking for, go back and look for Jim's pre-portal, watch it. If it ticks your boxes, reach out to us because now is your opportunity to get in there before anybody else. Next one that we're going to do is slightly different area, heading to Cooper. So if you are looking for a family home in Cooper, then this could be the one for you because it is George Govan Road. It's a 4-bedroom detached property, driveway, garage, sitting room, head through. You've then got a large open plan kitchen, dining, sitting room as well, completely opened up, patio doors, landscape garden. It's got a summer house that has got a bar in it, which just ticks all the boxes. Again, this one's a great position because there's actually nothing at the rear. You're not overlooked directly by houses. It's just playing field. So it's actually a great location. Likewise at the front as well, where it's positioned within the estate, you've not got anybody directly in front of you looking onto you. You're just across from the park. So ideal if you have young children. Heading upstairs, you've got a large master bedroom, ensuite, ample storage with this property as well. And it is really well presented. New modern kitchen that's been really well thought out, and all of the space has been really utilised, and then modern bathrooms as well. So it is moving condition, ready to go, 4 bedrooms, so ideal family home, and it's Cooper, it's George Govan Road. So again, it's a sought after area because you're just around the corner from Belbaxter High School, and obviously you've got the train station, you've got the retail park. So again, everything that you could possibly need in Cooper. So keep a lookout for that one. It's myself that's going to be doing the pre-portal for that one this week. So it will be going on our Cooper page kind of middle of the week, so keep a lookout for that. Different area, we're going to head to the East Snook, and this is to Gifford Court in Crail. Perry will be doing the pre-portal for that again midweek, so you don't have to wait long for these ones. This is a 3-bedroom townhouse. Now it's tucked in the corner, so it's in a great position. We've literally just sold one that this looks onto, so we really know the estate. But likewise, this is a great location. It's tucked in the corner, so it's nice and private. It's a sought after estate anyway, Gifford Court, and obviously the Dorwood Drive, it's desirable. It's in Crail as well, so you've got obviously got the award-winning golf course, you've got the Balcombe Hotel, you've got obviously the amenities within Crail, but you're just a short distance. You've got the Wade Academy, Anstruther, you've got a local primary school, you've got St Andrews, proximity to that for the university, for the, again, home of golf. So you've got a great location and an ideal family home, being a 3-bedroom townhouse. And I've been told that it's absolutely immaculate. And this one is going to be popular, I'm sure, but you don't have to wait long for the pre-portal. As I say, Perry is doing that midweek. Then finally, slightly different property, but a property that we do sell, and we have sold them even up to recently. This one is a 2-bedroom park home, and this is Fourth View, Letham Views. So it's along that main Cooper Road, connecting you from kind of Windygates to Cooper. Right on there is kind of Letham Views. You get incredible views, countryside views, and then kind of Firth of Forth views, Law View as well. So great location. As I say, you can get into Windygates for amenities, you can head down into Leven for amenities, you can come across to Cooper, East Snook. It's a great location to head in any direction. And there is facilities on that site as well. As I say, we have sold these type of properties. So we do have buyers on our database. Likewise, we do have experience in selling these park homes, if you like, or executive lodges. So slightly different if that is what you're looking for, because you don't pay your second home on that one. So that is a great addition if obviously you don't want to kind of be forking out for that. Perry will be doing the pre-portal for that one this week again, so you don't have to wait long for any of these properties, 2 of which, as I say, are already on the leaving page from last week, so do go back and look at those if they do tick your boxes. But that is what we've got coming soon, so a lot of activity coming. If you do have any questions on them, put them in the comments. Even if you're watching this back as a rerun, put them in the comments and we'll come back to you. Likewise, feel free to give us a message you prefer to be more private. Then before we end the show, we're going to chat about shows that have taken place. So you can go back and rewatch if you like. Of course, it's a Monday, so not only do you get this update, but you also get the Wealth Creation Show. And this week it is Learning the Ropes. Ultimately, becoming a successful business person or entrepreneur does not compromise a single roadmap. Instead, it's a ride full of failure and challenges, highs and lows, competition, and economic threats. They're going to roll. So this is, as always, it is Jim Parker, one of the UK's most successful property investors, and Richard Cook, our lettings director. They're on hand discussing it. It will be live at 12:30. If you can't watch it live, that's not a problem. Just watch the rerun. Likewise with this show, if you do have any comments, questions, queries, put them in and they will come back to you. But they're going to roll on some kind of crucial steps to reach the bottom line of being successful and entrepreneurship. Critical thinking, problem solving attitude, the motivation, and the ability to take risky steps. They're all kind of hallmarks of an entrepreneur. So Richard, as I say, and Jim are on hand to discuss that. So that is a great one to go back and watch. Another show that you could also take time to watch would be the show that was taking place. Myself and Jim did the Fife Property market update, and this was February, but we also looked at a 2025 kind of prediction. So whether you're a Fife homeowner, the property market in our town is shaping up to be promising for 2025, with factors starting to align to create a strong foundation for both sellers and buyers alike. Despite national fluctuations, Fife's appeal, affordability, and the ongoing demand are keeping things stable, offering homeowners confidence in their next move. That show that we did had a lot of figures, facts, and statistics, and numbers that you maybe aren't expecting. So certainly do go back and watch that one. We did that last week. And then finally, one, if you are a landlord or looking to start your own portfolio and become a landlord, is mid-tenancy inspections, why they matter, what to check for, and how to get them right. Because you might be thinking, do you really need to carry out kind of mid-tenancy inspections? And absolutely, yes, you do. Again, you have Richard Cook, the lettings director. He is on hand discussing that topic and again, answering any questions you may have. And he's on there with Karen Marshall, a lettings agent. So they are on hand to discuss any questions you have, fire them at them. But that one is a crucial topic if you are a landlord or if you are looking to become a landlord. There'll be some great pieces of information in there, maybe things you've not even considered or thought of. So that is the shows. That is the statistics for last week and also February as a whole, and also what we're doing as an agency. Please pick up the phone. You can get us on 01334 654 221 if you do have any questions, comment, message, however you want to get in touch with us. But that's it for another week. And the show will be taking place on Wednesday next week with Perry, as I am on annual leave. So look out for Perry on Wednesday doing the next update. Likewise, any questions, just ask and she will come back to you. But have an amazing week and all the best. Take care.